Good morning iPhone, Miss Smith here today. So the first job I want you to do is to work through each question carefully. So pause the video now and have a little go. And here are the answers for you. So the first one was all about place value, thinking about the thousands, the hundreds, the tens and the ones. So you can see they're going up in intervals of 1000s. And then the next question, you should have done the column method for the subtraction, remembering you needed to borrow if you didn't have enough. The times and the division one, you could use your knowledge of multiples to help you with that one. So you could have done 12 times 8 first and then kept adding on multiples of 8 until you got to the answer 112. And then you had your problem solving to do with the shading and your reasoning question. So pause the video now and mark your work for me. Right then, so today our learning objective is to be able to convert measurements of time. So yesterday you did a little introductory lesson with Miss Valley, so we're following on with that today. So pause the video here please and write the date and the learning objective in your book. So let's have a little look at these introduction questions. So before watching this video with me, you should have watched a little video to do with the months, which would help you out. So what I'm going to do is quickly read through each question. All you need to do is write the answer in your book. You don't need to write the sentence out. So obviously you can pause the video as well to give you time to work it out. But it says, which months have the most days? Which month has the fewest days? How many months have 28 days? How many days are in a year? How many weeks are in 2 years? How often do leap years occur? So that means happen. And which months get an extra day in a leap year? So pause the video here and give yourself time to work them out. And here are the answers, so you can self-mark them. Pause the video now. Right then, here are some statements. So you need to, again, just in your book, you can just write the answer. There are how many days in January? Thinking of the song. There are how many months in half of a year? So think about how many months there are in total. How many would there be if we were talking about half of a year? There are how many days in 5 weeks and 3 days? Pause the video here and have a go. So here are the answer. So remembering the song, there are 31 days in January, 30 days in September, April, June and November. All the rest have 31 apart from February. Okay. How many months are in half of a year? We know there are 12 months in a full year, so half of 12 is 6. How many days are in 5 weeks and 3 days? We know there are 7 days in 1 week. So to do 5 weeks, we do 7 times 5, which is 35. Add the 3 on, which gets us the answer 38. Tick those if you were right. Next set of questions, which is the true statement? So you're going to have to take some little time to work this out. There are 17 days in 3 weeks. So you can see if that's true or not by thinking how many days would be in 1 week and then times it by 3. There are 24 months in 2 years. Little tip, how many months are in 1 year? That should help you work it out. There are 50 weeks in 1 year. So you're going to go through A, B and C and you can either tick or cross to say whether those statements are right. Pause the video now. So the only true statement out of all of those was B. There are 24 months in 2 years. We know in 1 year there's 12 months, so 12 times 2 is 24. A is wrong because there are 7 days in 1 week and 7 times 3 would be 21. So A is false. And C, there are 50 weeks in 1 year. No, there are 52 weeks in 1 year. So you should have learnt that yesterday and hopefully remembered that. Now duration means how long something lasts, okay? So for this one you're going to convert weeks to days and months to years, okay? So you are going to look at all the ones down the left-hand side. So it says 28 days, 2 weeks, 18 months, and you are going to match them to the other side. So you're going to convert them, okay? Off you go. So 28 days is the same as saying 4 weeks. 7 days equal 1 week. So 7 times 4 equals 28 days, okay? There are 7 days in 1 week. So 7 times 2 equals 14 days. If you got that one right, give yourself a tick. And the last one, 18 months, is the same as saying 1.5 years. We know there are 12 months in 1 year, and we've already said that in half of a year there are 6 months. So 12 add 6 equals 18 months. Hopefully you got that one right. Remember, duration means the period in which something lasts, an amount of time. So can you tell me which is the longest duration? Which is the longest? So 1 month, 3 days, or 2 weeks. Hopefully this should be a nice easy one for you. That's right, 1 month. 1 month is the same as saying 4 weeks, or as saying the same as 28 days. So 1 month is definitely the longest duration in that one. So today you are going to be solving your own word problems to do with months, days and years. So let's have a look at this one. Now I'm hoping I'm saying this name right. Emmett is 8 years and 11 months, and Jerry is 5 months older than Emmett. Now Alex is 6 months older than Jerry. How old is Alex? So you're going to have to do a little bit of working out in 2 stages first. So look at Emmett's age, 8 years and 11 months. To find out Jerry's age, you need to add 5 months onto that. Okay, and then remember that Alex is 6 months older than Jerry. So work out Jerry's age first, then go on to Alex. Pause the video now, have a little go. Now when you first look at this one, you probably find it a little bit tricky. Just remember that 12 months equal a year, okay? So, first part of the problem, Jerry is 5 months older than Emmett, okay? So, if we need to add 5 months onto 8 years and 11 months, add 1 month first. So if we add 1 month to 8 years and 11 months, that will take us to 9 years old. And then adding the remaining 4 months would mean that Jerry is 9 years and 4 months. Hopefully you got that first part of the question correct. Now to work out Alex's age, we need to take away 6 months because he's 6 months younger than Jerry. So remember, Jerry was 9 years and 4 months. We're going to take 6 months away from that. So that means that Alex is 8 years and 10 months. Hopefully you got that one right. Now this one, George is going camping. He starts his trip on the 28th of March and he camps for 2 weeks in Cornwall. And then he camps for another 5 days in Devon. What date does he finish his camping? So here you've got a calendar, okay? Thinking about there's 31 days in March. There's and then you've got the little bit of the calendar to show April. So start on the 28th of March. Think about how many days there are in 2 weeks. Then count that on, and that will take you to Cornwall. And then you add in another 5 days after that. Pause the video here and have a little go. So if we have a little look, it starts on the 28th. We needed to camp for 2 weeks in Cornwall, which is the same as 14 days. So you could have counted on 14 days. And then we've added the 5 extra days for Devon. So Jack would finish camping on Monday the 16th of April. Tick that one if you got that one right. Now here you've got a few reasoning questions, and I've put some reasoning questions in your challenges at the end. So pause the video here and have a little look, thinking about how many days are in a week. There are 7 days in 1 week. See if you can have a little go at that one for me, please. So for this one, you could say Elijah is correct. We know there are 7 days in 1 week. So if 7 days equals 1 week, to find out what 7 weeks would be, we'd do 7 times 7, which does equal 49. So the statement he said is correct. Whereas Erica, she says there's 50 days in 7 weeks. We know that's wrong because 7 days are in 1 week, so 7 times 7 is 49. So she's just calculated a calculation wrong. Right then, here are your challenges for today. You don't need to write them out unless you want to for a little bit of handwriting practice. So these will be saved as a PDF as well so that you can download them and look at them in your own time. So the bronze challenge here, you need to work through the answers, and there are another set of questions on the next page, so I'll show you those. So here, that's question 3 and 4 for the bronze challenge. So remember to show all your working out and thinking about all the songs and all the learning you did with Mrs. Valley yesterday to help you with this. And there are some quick questions for your reasoning task as well. If you're wanting to stretch yourself a little bit more, here's a silver challenge. So again, read through the questions carefully and do the working out for me. And here are the second set of questions for the silver challenge. Here's a silver reasoning page for you to work out. And remember just to do it into different parts and show you working out, and you'll get there in the end. It will get your brain working today. And if you're feeling really, really clever, you might attempt the gold challenge. So again, just thinking about exactly how many days are in a week, how many weeks are in a month, and how many months are in a year. And a little investigation for your next bit of your challenge gold children and your reasoning task. Hopefully you'll get on really well, year 4. Looking forward to seeing your work today. Have a brilliant day. Bye bye.